prepared to take the oath, Senator?
I am.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear that
I will execute the office of President of the United States faithfully.
That I will execute
Faithfully the office of President of the United States.
Faithfully.
And will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God?
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations.
Aux États-Unis, les think tanks ont des idées et veulent les voir appliquées. Ils sont puissants et influents. Pour certains d'entre eux, l'objectif est clair. Il faut consolider la puissance des Américains sur le monde. Et l'intérêt des Américains, selon le Hudson Institute, c'est un monde musulman qui épouse les valeurs occidentales.
Now that communism has been destroyed, it seems that the Freemasons can at last use the UN to achieve their goals of a global government. The world is witnessing the reawakening of an old warrior. Now, the Freemasons have another enemy to contend with. That enemy is Islam. The Prophet further foretold that this liar would start to conquer the world, country by country, fortress by fortress, region by region, town by town, and no place will remain unscathed except the two holy cities of Mecca and Medina. He will possess powers to issue a command to the sky, and it will rain, and to the earth, and it will produce crops. He will call to a false religion, and bring something which resembles paradise and hell. But that which resembles paradise will in fact be hell, and that which resembles hell will in fact be paradise. He is the Dajjal, meaning imposter, and he will be born with one eye, and your Lord is not one eye. It is also known that before the appearance of the Dajjal, a group of people will pave the way, setting up a system to prepare the world for his arrival. In other words, these forerunner to the Dajjal and their system will bear all the characteristics of the Dajjal, and he will be the final embodiment of these in human form. The one eye is one of the ways to recognize the Dajjal. The one eye is the symbol of the Freemasons. It is part of their beliefs and is taken from ancient Egyptian mythology. In their ideology, it represents the Supreme Being, sometimes referred to as the Great Architect of the universe. The scholars of Islam say that the similitude of the Dajjal is that of the Pharaoh who tarried with the Prophet Moses. The Pharaoh was a tyrannical leader who elevated himself in status and declared himself to be God. He used magicians to create illusions and fool the people, and oppressed all who did not conform to his false religion. Today the Freemasons weave another kind of magic. The illusions they create take the form of hidden or openly propagated messages in films, televisions, cartoons, music, and all the other cogs in their well-oiled media machine. And this same media machine has continuously been put into action to slander and destroy the character of Islam. The Dajjal is an oppressor to all who do not follow him. He will have powers to increase the land harvest or destroy it, depending whether the people follow him. Similarly, the Freemasonic West, through the World Bank, hold the third world nations to ransom if they do not act in accordance with their wishes. Abundance of IMF development loans are often used to ensnare such nations, and the unattainable interest payments keep them ensnared. They are forced to submit or face economic collapse and dire poverty. Systems set up by the forerunners to the Dajjal have ensnared many Muslims away from truth, using lures such as wealth and materialism and fulfillment of earthly desires. A miserable trade indeed. They have divided and conquered, instilling diseases such as nationalism and racism into the heart of the Ummah. Their biggest fear is Muslim unity and revival of the message brought by the last prophet to mankind. And everything they do, they have manipulated Muslims, setting up and promoting divides, installed their own universal language, compelling all to learn or be shut out, and reducing Arabic to secondary and inferior language in society.
Alors sur quoi repose l'initiation maçonnique? Elle repose très simplement sur une symbolique qui est la symbolique de la construction du temple. Et on fait toujours référence au temple le plus mythique, car il n'existe plus, et qu'il est le temple de la tradition judéo-chrétienne, c'est-à-dire le temple de Salomon.
Nous verrons le troisième temple construit de feu descendre du ciel. Et le monde entier sera en direct, à la BBC, à la CNN, à la télévision israélienne. Le Seigneur Dieu revient dans son temple.
2000 ans après la destruction du temple sacré, nous sommes de nouveau ici pour accomplir l'ordre, le commandement de Dieu. Bâtissez-moi un temple pour que je demeure avec mon peuple. Le troisième temple qui sera élevé très bientôt, et nous préparons ici les éléments dans leur dimension originale, leurs matériaux originaux.
The militants believe that controlling one country will rally the Muslim masses, enabling them to overthrow all moderate governments in the region and establish a radical Islamic empire that spans from Spain to Indonesia.
With the Palestinian people must preserve Israel's identity as a Jewish state.
The Jerusalem Report magazine. This is a non-profit foundation that calls itself Israeli Capital of One Government for One World. Interestingly enough, it's headquartered out of Asbury Park, New Jersey. It's an invitation to all prominent members of the Jewish community around the world. What do they wish to do? To create the Israeli capital of our government for one world.
Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silent, not praised.